The oil is good. You don't need to do anything about oil.
That'll last a few gas tanks full.
There's already life jackets, camping chairs, tent, the big inner tube, and I think the pump is in here. There's a hammock, flippers, some floaties that are pretty nice. I think the air thing for the tube is in here. I'm not sure. Anyway, it's all back here still. The truck is locked right now, but in the back floorboard, that Tractor Supply farm bag, it actually has towels in it.
Yeah.
This is how you secure it over here. Hook it there. He's got it wrapped around there. And then we haven't put this side back on yet. And then over here, the back one, it's got it hooked here, going around that, and then up around here. Loop it through there. And then hook it here. Double check your tires before you go. This one looks good, but this left one over here looks like it's losing some air. So you'll have to air it up a little, but you know, we have the air compressor in the carport. They put a new tag on it, so you're good to go legally. Oh, and a new boat license, which this is for Oklahoma City. Thunderbird is in Norman. And so he put this on, put it on there, secured down there, wrapped around like that. Now when you put it on the trailer in the water, you want to, I don't have the key, I put it back in the house. You want to be sure the nose is on this thing if possible. You know, this thing ratchets out, so you don't have to drive this all the way up on here. You can let that out and hook on and kind of pull it on with this. But you want to be careful when you load it, because you don't want to get it on crooked. Key to what?
Rolling. So this is the key, this small black round thing. It is chipped for this. It has a chip, so another key won't work. If you lose this, you can't.
Your SOL.
Yeah, don't lose this.
Clip it on your life jacket.
Clip it on your life jacket
or your
around
wrist.
your wrist. And don't lose it.
If you come off the SeaDoo, this will come off with you.
Up and kill the motor so it doesn't leave without you and you can't get back to it. This pops on here like that. It'll chirp twice.
And your stuff comes on the dash.
You'll want to give it a second, a couple of seconds. If it doesn't come on, it's because you pushed it on crooked. Pull it off. Stick it back on again. Wiggle it back forward, make sure it's centered. To start and stop, you push this button. Might give you a little choke. Sometimes it acts like it wants to not grab, so you gotta let off and start again. Is the gas on?
No. Turn the gas on, very important.
starting to go get wonky.
Really?
Then you push it again if you want to stop it. Don't leave it running very long without water. Don't.
Like with it out of the water.
Yeah, out of the water.
But like we said,
Let it warm up. When you put it in the water, let it warm up before you take off on it, and rev it up high. Give it 5 minutes to warm up.
and it does go fast, so be careful.
The most important thing to remember when driving this is it doesn't have a rudder, it has a jet. It doesn't steer unless it's under power. So you can't, in emergency or you're coming up to a dock or something like that, if you're coming up to anything and you want to turn, you have to keep the power on or give it power and turn it. You can't let off the power and turn the wheel, try to slow down and turn the wheel. It won't turn. It'll just keep drifting straight forward and hit whatever you don't want to hit. So you have to power your way out of in the direction you want to go. Okay?
And Chris did make a few new boo-boos on it.
Yeah, watch
Last
out when
time
you're
we
up next
took
to
it
the dock.
out.
It'll slide underneath and hit bolts and stuff.
Here's your forward, neutral, reverse with that thing.
So the pump is always turning. The propeller is always turning when it's in idle. So it's always going to want to push forward unless you pull this up into neutral. That brings the bucket down and back, what they call the bucket.
We'll show you. So it just covers that propeller. It changes the flow of the water.
And it hits here and pushes the water backwards. If you put it in full reverse, it comes all the way down and it pushes the water back. But it's always pulling, pushing, and turning this direction. When you put it in reverse, the propeller does not turn the opposite direction.
And here's a little step ladder if you fall off.
If you fall off, use this. Pull that down to help step up and get back up in there.
There's instructions right here for if you roll it over.
Yeah, you want to roll it over the proper direction, otherwise you'll pull water into the
Engine.
into the inside, and then if you fill up too much, then the engine fills up, and then you hydrolock.
So which way do you turn it? Clockwise or?
So if the SeaDoo is upside down, you want to be.
You want to flip it to the left, counterclockwise. That's what this says.
Yeah, when this is upside down, you're looking at it, you'll understand. You want to be on this side.
The rear.
This, yeah, with the bow, the front of it to your left when you jump on the back and flip it over.
And like we said, when you finish riding and you're pulled out of the water but still on the ramp, pull this out, unscrew it, let it drain out, and start it up and run it just for a little bit to get the water out.
Just for like 10 seconds.
But always put this back in before you put it back in the water.
Right, yeah, rev the engine up just a little, half rev to like the 5,000. Just rev it up a couple of times to 5,000 and blow the water out. But really, you don't need to worry about that.
Anything on the battery?
Nope, it should be fine.
Okay.
There is the tow straps are back here. This is for if you want to tow something, but you guys won't want to use that. But if you have to be towed or tow someone else, this is where there's a tow strap up front also, I think, or an anchor.
And then he's got the battery secured.
That should all be okay.
Okay.
The middle seat, in case you flooded or something, I don't know why you would want to get in here, but this is the release back here, and that lets you get into here. into the middle. This should be down like that. No, wait. Take that. Okay.
This little thing is supposed to be a dry box, but
Put your key in here, your phone, whatever.
recommend putting your stuff in a baggie before you put it in there, even though it's supposed to be dry. And this up here is supposed to stay dry too.
Yes, the fire extinguisher and tools are in the purple buckets in here. And I think there's an anchor and a tow strap in here. You don't want to start this in less than like knee-high water. Otherwise you will suck rocks or whatever up into the
Seaweed.
prop, and they get stuck in there, and then it will cavitate and you won't be able to go. If it does happen, if you like give it gas and it goes and it doesn't cavitates, or you're not getting much power, you need to put it in the shallow, about here, and you need to grab the back of it and you need to push up and down. Dawson will have to push it up, and you try and push it down and then pull it up and hold it and try and flush the water back the opposite direction and flush out rocks that have gotten up in the tube.
But Chris actually had to pull seaweed out of the intake last week.
Yeah, don't get seaweed. If you run over a line
Don't
and
be
it
like
sucks it up in
Chris.
there, it will wrap it up in there and you're done for the day. You're not going to get it off without bringing it home, taking it out of the water, pulling the grate off, and it's a whole ordeal. So don't run over your own tow lines or anyone else's.
And you know how to hook it up and put this safety chains on.
So when it's in the water and you're on the boat raft and you're loading it, then you need to put this in far enough to where you can scoot it up at least halfway up here onto the skids. And this, I hope you guys have operated these before. This locks and unlocks with this piece right here, right? So it unlocks, then you can release it, take it off, pull it out so that you can hook it on when you're getting ready to take it out, and then you lock it back into place to lock it, and then you reel it in and pull it back up on the trailer, and you pull it back up to about there. So you can't till your hand hits that. So that's hitting.
And
that's
always secure it before you can pull it up off the ramp unsecured, but
into the boat lot.
yeah, but when you get up in the parking lot, then secure it with the ratchet straps. And Catherine's little kayak is over here, but everybody's too heavy to use it, so I don't think you'll want to take it.